Na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na, keeps rolling on.
That people maybe don't understand is that you're an incredible songwriter, you've got the studio, you put the band together, but it doesn't stop there. I mean, you know, I've met you over in Medem a couple of times, a few times, and you're out there hustling the music as well. You're not just making the music, you're out there hustling it, and you're pushing it, and you're driving it forward, and you're creating the deals, and that for me is the difference between, you know, a majority of the studios in Glasgow, a majority of the studios in Manchester, London, wherever you want to talk about, is that all they do is make the music. They don't. There's nobody really like yourself that's going to go out there and say, I'm going to make this happen. You know, you're not waiting for the phone to ring. You're out there making it happen. And that's quite, you know, I mean, that's obviously incredibly rewarding, but at the same time, you're taking a gamble every project because it's expensive.
Absolutely. You know, we're talking about some of the successes, Rory. There are quite a few failures as well. Believe you me, there are. And the amazing thing there is that I think it's all about, like, you know, they say everything has to do with the little Chinese guy, timing. You know, it's all timing. If you're like Ace of Base, they were just a few years too early with the drums and bass sound. You know, that's why A&R people didn't catch up on it, because it wasn't the flavor of the day. It was before the flavor of the day. And I think that you're going to have that with A&R. I think I'm a little bit, and I hope there's a change coming. I've decided now with some of the projects, and particularly the ones that I have going at the moment in Swedish, because the Swedish language is taking a big part of the business in Sweden today. Yeah. Usually it was like 75% English, 25% Swedish language. Now it's, I'd say, close to the opposite here. So what I'm saying to the kids that I'm working with is that every word in the lyric is important. And I think it's little details like that I think Sweden, as you know, we have, I don't know how many, 10, 15, maybe more schools of, you know, teaching you how to produce pop songs. You know, there are like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of students. And I'm a little bit concerned about the fact that there are not many of them that can actually write songs. They do fantastic productions. So they team up. But I'm a little, I think, and I get a little bit worried when I hear, oh, well, we're not interested in the lyrics. You can put cowboy lyrics, they say. Just put on cowboy lyrics, which means any kind of lyric at all. That's a little bit frightening. And thank God there are a lot of British artists in particular that are still writing good lyrics, and lyrics count, lyrics matter.
Well, I mean, Sweden, at the last time I checked, is responsible for something like 62% of all record sales worldwide for the last 10 years. Why is that?
It's because of what I've just explained to you. You can go a 3-year education on how to use your computer, how to produce, sample, you know, that, and they're very, very, very clever at. My Swedish mates are going to kill me when I say these things, but they're very, very clever at. And I've been to many studios. Come in. I had a studio not that long ago. I won't say where. Not my studio, and I came in the studio and this is a new single for quite a well-known Swedish artist, and I'll say, you can't use that. Why is that? I'll tell you. I says, because it's already been written. The song has already been written. What song? And I said, that's a Scottish band. That's Texas. Here comes the summer sun. That's that song. No, I can see them all. They're all. Who said that? And I said, I'm saying it. I can hear that's who goes. And it seemed that for a day, or rather the whole morning, all they'd done is they played table tennis, ping, you know, cards and that, and they'd have on repeat Texas song, Here Comes the Summer Sun, just on repeat. the whole morning. And they said, let's go to lunch. We'll go to lunch. We'll come back. Right, let's write a song. You know, of course, it's so in the brain is just tuned into. So it wasn't the same melody, but it was a ripoff.
Is there something to do with the Swedish language, though? Because, I mean, there is a lot of great pop songs coming out of Sweden. I mean, is there something to do with the melody of the language that, you know, helps with, I mean, you know, I've heard a lot of beautiful Swedish songs, even in Swedish language. But, you know, they've got incredible melodies. And do you think that there is some truth to that because the Swedish language moves around a lot?
No, I don't think so. Not at all. As I say, I'm in contact with most of the big studios in Sweden. Monday mornings always start with, let's listen to the top 20 of the Billboard. Let's listen to the top 10, 15 on the UK. Right? That's what we're aiming for, guys. That's what be influenced by that, have emphasis, and then they'll do what I did with Vamos a la Playa and It's a Beautiful Life. Life is Life, and they're fantastic. I've got a couple of guys working at the moment. If I said to them, this is the melody I've got, and I'll sing it on my phone or in front of the mic, I'll sing it to them there. 45 minutes later, I will have a really top-notch production. 45 minutes later. Then we can fine-tune it a bit, and it's not me going to be singing on it. Obviously, we've got to find somebody who wants to sing it. But that's how quick they are, because they have, as you know this, they have preset banks of, well, it'll be that BPM, it'll be those drums, it'll be that, and they're brilliant. They're great at putting it together. But as regards doing something really unique, I don't think you can take anything away from Ace of Base. Is when they hit the market, there was nothing sounding like Ace of Base. There were no references with pop, reggae, you know, nothing. Big thing at the moment in Sweden is going to be, it's this new, you know, Latino drive. It's like, you know, dance with the Latino kind of thing there. But to me, it also says, I think I've heard this song before, you know, because it's the same rhythm section, it's the same flow in the lyrics and that, you know. I don't know. I think, I don't know, if I find a young guy or a young girl that is a really good singer, you know, I think it would be really exciting to make a whole album with them with just, you know, a mandolin and a guitar and a cello or a piano or something, you know, just strip it all away. But they'd have to be really good, of course.
Of course, yeah, they're going to have to stand on their own 2 feet with that. Yeah, I mean, so tell me then. I mean, you know, from your experience of working and creating these groups and artists, and I mean, what have you learned about putting that together now then, John? I mean, if you were to sit there now and giving advice to someone coming into the industry from, you know, for the first time, they're about to start their career, what advice would you give them?
Don't give up your day job. I think I really, you've touched on a sore point here, Rory, because I can give you one concrete example. The biggest labels in Stockholm, we have one girl, as late as 2018, she was singing on some tracks that she had written, but they were dance tracks and they went to #1 on the Billboard dance charts, right? We did 5 songs with her that she wrote herself. We kind of executive produced them. We made some little changes here, but basically she looks fab. She's 25, clever as you like. And we made a little production video. We mastered 5 tracks, so full mix, best mixing guys we've got, masters, lovely photo session. We went up to Stockholm, we had a meeting with your Warners and your Universals and different people like that. I was shocked by this is how how way behind. I'm so surprised how, as regards new artists, I think way behind these people are. Because first question was, okay, what's the story? What's the story? I said, well, if you listen to some of the tracks, you don't have to let's listen to a minute of each track. So we're talking about 5 minutes. And from that, you get the gist of where we want to go and what we want to do. No. So what's the story? Does she have a criminal record? Does she have, are her parents really well known? Is she lesbian? What's the story? We've got to go with the story, And I was a bit shocked by that. And Ken Cornell, they said, John, so we didn't actually listen to anything. And I know these people, because John, we've got so many releases coming here. We go to the press, we go to the radio, we go to TV. We've got to have something really munchy, something really that sticks out, a scandal or something like that. That was what it was all about in Stockholm. And that shocked me. It really, really shocked me. That I thought, wow.
But see, some people say the music industry's dead. And, for the past year and a half, 2 years now, I've been speaking to hundreds of people about this exact subject. And what I would say is, I think it's better. I think it's bigger now than it's ever been. But I don't think it really involves record labels anymore. Because if we go back to the 80s, the UK had 3 television channels. You mentioned in Sweden there was the 1 television channel. Now there are 8,000, 9,000 television channels, Netflix, Amazon, this, that. They are the new record labels now. They are the new, because I've got friends over here, we're doing it ourselves from our studio. They're making a simple dance record and syncing it out to 10 or 15 different documentaries, making a fortune. And you're looking at them and you're going, because that still pays money. That still pays a lot of money. And of course, then the popularity of the record, because it's on this and it's on that and it's getting used on various things, is now, and of course, there's so much content being made that I think that just the narrative of the record company scenario has changed. And now, the successful people that, people like myself and you that used to go to Meedem and we used to meet all the record labels from all over the world. Now people are going to MIPCOM and things like this because they're meeting up with the television people and saying, well, look, let's do a deal here. Let's do a publishing deal. Let's do this. Let's do that. And those are the guys that are ahead of the game, I think, because that's where the money is now, John, I think,
I'd agree with you, without a shadow of a doubt. But you must remember, getting back to me, if you talk about me and a lot of people, to be honest, Rory, it's never, ever been about the money. It's never, and I think that's the biggest danger in the business. It's never, ever been about the money. It's been about success. By success being, they're playing my song on the radio. That sounds like it's a song you and me wrote. They're playing my song on the radio.
My radio song.
That's right, yeah. There's a journalist on the telephone wants to interview me. They're interested in me and that song. And you go up on a stage and there's Russia's not a great topic at the moment, Russia.
No.
But I did 14 days, 2 shows a day in Moscow at the Olympic Stadium there with 42,000 people at every concert, with my band. And I'd have given you 10 grand to do that. Let's not forget this. It's too much. All these. Every time I meet a young girl, guy, band, or whatever, I say to them, okay, who's your target group and why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Never forget why you do it. Because having to get up at 3 a.m. and getting in a bus and driving to the north of Sweden and doing a gig for 200 people, and getting back and get basically getting no money for it, if you're prepared to do that, then I think that's fantastic, because that's what it's all about. I get too many, money it's nice to make money and buy a nice car and whatever, but it was never ever about that for me, even through the Ace of Base. It was being recognised.
But John, I think this is the thing that, and trying to paint a picture of yourself, one word comes to mind is, and that is, you're obsessive about what you do. There's no doubt about that. You like to win, you're competitive, you're driven, you're motivated, you don't like to lose. And so, the success story comes with that because of the qualities. Because I was speaking to someone the other day, we were doing a podcast, and he said, Rory, something? He says, what one of the rare talents that's out there just now? He said, and it is a talent, he says, and that's work ethic.
Oh, you're right.
People don't have it.
No, you're right. I tell you, it takes a really strong mental approach from a guy from Drumchapel to sit on a train, on a plane, being to America, trying to push Ace of Base and being laughed at. Not only saying nothing, well, thank you very much, because we get the chance to listen, but we don't like it. It was like, this is shit. This is rubbish. And and mid-end going around there before Mega. You must remember, I'd invested a lot of money in Ace of Base before Mega came on the picture. And when Mega came on the picture, and there was one record label in Stockholm, we did one track, Wheel of Fortune, which Mega then bought out the 2-inch tape so that we could redo that with Björn, my big mate, Björn Stenström. And it takes a lot of guts to hear somebody telling you to your face that this is shite. And it was just with Ace of Base. It was the same with Bubbles. It was the same with Together. It was the same with Yakida. It was the same with lots of the things there. This is and it's such a fantastic feeling when you get. When I said this track, Here Comes the Light, it was on the same time as Ola Håkansson, a very famous Swedish record label and artist. They had a track called Oh Susie, which was a big hit. They came in number 7 on the European, and my Here Comes the Light came number one. So, and I'd been to his office, and he said, your song's crap, right? So I phoned him up when I got, the wee Scottish, I phoned him up when they were talking out there. Congratulations to coming number 7 on the...
Those are the best calls, though. I mean, that's really why we're doing it, isn't it?
No, but as I say, when I follow my total history, Rory, there've been ups and there's been downs. But I'll be honest when I say it's nice to earn some money. Don't get me wrong. But the biggest satisfaction of all is, we've got number 1, or we're in the top 10, or the adrenaline going when you know that you've got, it's fantastic. It's worth all the.
What's your proudest moment, John? I mean, throughout. I mean, because we've not this. I mean, we could speak for hours because there's so many parts to your career. But I mean, we're talking about Ice Age. We're talking about Ace of Base. We're talking about your own solo career, which was obviously John Ballard, and then you had the rock band Ballard, and then on top of that, we've got all the Yakidas and Togethers, but the Eurovision Song Contest as well. You've written songs for all of these different nations in the Eurovision Song Contest. I mean, what's the proud moment? What's the moment where you can pick up and go, that's the little gong that made me, that was super. That was like, wow.
Well, that's a difficult one because there's been obviously lots of
them, yeah.
Yeah, I think probably it'd be one that I've already spoken about, and that is having the balls to defy Mr. Hyland in his direct live show to sing another song that I knew was going to, work. And maybe thinking, because you might remember, I'm in a foreign country. I've only been here about a year. It's a big, 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 big gamble. I could have been. You're never going to be on TV. You're never going to be on the radio. So that would be as performing myself. That would be that. And I suppose people ask me, well, you must have a lot of gold and platinum and double platinum and triple platinum records from the Ace of Base time. I do. I think I have like 200, and I'm not joking. I think I have something like 250 gold and platinum and triple in my basement because I don't have
space. yeah.
Having them. I think that would be and it was an amazing feeling. Russia as it is with but I must remember coming into the Soviet Union, and you must remember this is before the Berlin Wall has fallen. So Russia is the Soviet Union, and coming out on stage in front of 42,000 people, and they're only there. They want to see you, and singing all my own material. We didn't do one set. We did, an hour or more of every song that I'd written. And that was, and the Russian people, the Russian actual people, they were fantastic. They were so lovely and friendly. So I can't understand, what's happening today.
Na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na, keeps rolling on.